we've talked a lot about your professional life.
Yes.
What about personal life? Are you married?
Crystal, I'm not married. Yeah.
Oh, there
You
was
know,
a deep breath before that.
You know the funny thing is,
Yeah.
people keep on asking me all the time.
Mm.
I think marriage is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I think marriage is a great institution,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you should be married to the right person.
And do you have any children?
No, I don't, but I
Mm-hmm.
think it's very important in this life for someone to have children. I think it's very, very important.
It is?
It is.
You know,
I
I'm
think it's
actually
no,
of the
I think
opinion that
it's
people should be allowed to choose.
I think
We
yes,
decide.
people are allowed to choose, but when you have an opportunity to have a child, please do, because it's your legacy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your legacy. It is, you can impart all that you've done to someone else. So I think it's very, very important.
So is that in your plans then?
It's certainly in my plans, and not only that, Crystal, I have no problem with it. It's certainly in my plans. Certainly.
Okay. So you said that you've always been very, I like to use the word intentional, or you said you've always thought about what you want to do. You've
Yes.
gone out of your way to get it. And for many people, well, the new term now is you've manifested.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Yes.
I don't know.
You manifest
Are you
what
sure?
you want in your life.
Actually, yeah. No, I believe that. I believe that you call that which is not as if it were. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Said, think it's a scripture in the Bible. Crystal, if you woke up every single morning, looked in the mirror, yeah, and looked at yourself and said, you know what? I'm going to be 1 billion shillings richer by such and such a year. It will happen. Because there's power in what you say, there's power in your mind. And once you believe something without a reasonable doubt, it will happen. And very successful people, and you know, there's a difference between people who are extremely successful and people who are mediocre. The people who are extremely successful are very deliberate about some of their actions. Very, very, very deliberate. And they have one thing. They have vision and they can visualize something. And once you visualize something, really, really visualize it, yeah? You eat it, you sleep it, you drink it, you smell it,
Yeah.
it will come to pass. And that's why many times people say, if you don't have a vision board, get yourself a vision board.
Do you have one?
I do.
Okay, there you go.
And you get a vision board and you put a clip on everything that you want. Everything that you want, and you plaster it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the biggest thing that we actually fight with at the end of the day is our ability to believe.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. That is true. And you said you're so thankful that you've had so many mentors and
Yeah.
so many people who've believed in you over the years, who have helped you, who have looked at your potential and what you're able to achieve, and they've supported you. So what would you say? Those are the things that you're grateful for. What are the things that were so challenging for you in your journey?
For me, my journey.
That other people could learn from.
Well, I'm trying to think. You know, I'm an eternal optimist.
I know.
So-
I see this.
Are you sure?
I see this right now.
I'm like
She's like,
no, I'm like an,
I don't
I'm
remember
like a-
anything being
like,
challenging.
Like I'm an eternal optimist, and I think, okay, anyhow, life is really strange. You know, when you see that something is a challenge,
Yes.
you will never know how strong it is. I mean, how strong you are.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes when you don't see the challenges, you can move into something.
Okay. Okay.
You look back later at the fact and say, oh my goodness, you mean this was this hard? you understand? Yeah. So I always believe when someone tells you, do you know how to do this? You say yes. You will learn. I always believe
You'll
that.
figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
Okay.
You will figure it out.
But some people say that is one of the biggest challenges with Ugandans is because they will say, yes, I can do it.
No.
And then the time comes and...
No, when you say yes, also get the tools. You get it. Get your tools and make yourself ready for that thing. I think it's very, very important.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's how you miss opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
So when you look at journalism in Uganda,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, in an article you did 10 years ago when you were still a sports broadcaster.
You did your research. Oh my God. Yeah.
No, you were saying at the time that you did not, because I believe football is still your passion. It's your favorite sport. But you said you did not have a favorite team.
No, I don't have a favorite team.
Up till now, no?
I don't have a favorite team because I don't follow teams. I follow the coaches.
Coaches, okay.
I follow the mind of a coach. Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually the principal person in the game.
Okay.
So I really follow the coaches. I really follow the coaches.
That's
I spent years reading about Sir Alex Ferguson. Years reading about, I mean, we have some great coaches, even locally. Yeah. Their mindset is just unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, 10 years ago, you were saying you hope that sports journalists would be better appreciated and would be given more airtime and better shows. It's 10 years later. What do you think? Do you feel that has happened?
I think there has been a move. I think there are many more women doing sport now. I think Ugandans are getting a little sport crazy as well and appreciating sport. Government is starting to understand the importance of sport and how sport can sell you. But I think a lot more can be done.
How it can grow a nation.
And how it can grow a nation. But I think a lot more can be done. I think sports journalists are not appreciated enough. I think they're not paid enough. I think, and I think also there's a need for lots and lots of training. I don't think just because you like a game or you can understand the game that you can be an adequate sports sports anchor, sports analyst, or sports reporter.
I think you see that all the time.
I see it all the time.
Just because they know the players and
it's not like that. It's just not like that. You must understand the game. You must have a deep appreciation for the game. You must understand the systems that govern the game.
That cuts across journalism in general, isn't it?
It does cut across journalism in general, and I think Ugandan journalism still has a lot of work to be done. I think we just need to really refine. Lots has been done, but lots still has to be done. Lots of training. Because broadcasting is different. It's different from law, for example. You can't just wake up tomorrow, Crystal, and become a lawyer. There are processes that you have to do to make sure that you become. There's time you have to put into it. Not only that, there's accreditation that you have to get to become that. But unfortunately now, in the fourth industrial revolution, and with the advent of all the latest gadgets, everybody is a pseudo presenter, is a pseudo producer, is a pseudo director. Yeah, and you know Kylie Jenner. Yeah, she has over I don't know how many million followers. Her YouTube channel is actually creates more impact than some TV stations put together. So what am I trying to say? The game has totally shifted, especially in broadcasting. So the issue of being the best presenter on linear TV doesn't cut it anymore. Do you have the ability to create content? Are you innovative enough? Can you actually speak to a mass of people? And I don't mean before you were just speaking to the 46 million Ugandan people. Now, with online and the internet and in the advent of the fourth industrial revolution, you're speaking to the world. So a person in Kampala must find you relevant. A person in Johannesburg must find you relevant. A person in Brisbane in Australia must be able to find you relevant. So we're living in very, very exciting times with a lot of opportunity. Netflix, for example, is looking for content, but quality content. You have to be as innovative as possible. You must have a strategy. You must know how to create relevant content in order for you to make back a return on investment.
So it's the dawn of storytellers in many ways.
It's a dawn of storytellers, and not just...
Because for the longest time it was just just,
Yeah.
I don't want to say communicators, but you had information and you presented the
That's it.
information.
No,
and that was all that was required of you.
No, because now, I mean, let's just take a look at the technology. The job of an anchor now can be done by an AI.
I know, but
that's true.
It's happening.
And now the AI, doesn't even shower, doesn't change the clothes, doesn't do the makeup,
Doesn't need time off.
doesn't need time off. The AI can read news from 8 a.m. in the morning to 8 a.m. the following morning, non-stop. Yeah. The AI even has a Twitter following of 1 million people, Instagram following of 1 million people. That means the job of the anchor, in the next few years is dead. And as a person who is for those who own media houses, they will know that, you know what, I'll be better suited to get an AI. She can look however way she wants to look, and I don't have to pay her. All I have to get is a data analyst to put in the information I want to put into her, and we're good.
Yeah. I like that you're bringing up AI, because that's
the future.
A major thing. And there are people who are resistant to it, who do not want to accept.
Of course, there are people who are resistant.
But it's being incorporated in every part of our lives.
Let me just give you a look back into history. Not so long ago, 2010, we had the FIFA World Cup in Africa, in South Africa, the first one in South Africa, in Africa. At that time, there was no WhatsApp. There was no social media. 2010.
Are you serious?
It didn't play a major role in the World Cup.
Oh my goodness, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So you can imagine, fast forward a few years, 9 years to be precise, everything is now digital. So what am I saying? 5 years from now, if you own a television station and perhaps you have nightly news, constant news, it's an option for you. Let's take a look at the cameras now. The cameras are also AIs. They just have sensors, and if Crystal turns like this, the camera will turn like this. If Jane turns like this, the camera turns on its own. What does that mean? The role of the cameraman is gone. You get it?
Yes.
Then we go into the control room and everything like that. So the issue is, at the end of the day, the future belongs to those who are creative, who are innovative, who are able to adapt to modern technology. And at the end of the day, those who know that, you know what, the industry is changing. And so for the journalists who did mass communication, it's a very difficult time. Either you adapt, and fit into the competition and reinvent yourself, or you might have to do something else. Honestly.
That is
because
the reality.
like now, a YouTube channel can compete with a television station. Can compete with a linear television station. When an advertiser is going out to place his advert, he wants the numbers.
And you can provide those numbers.
And if a YouTube channel has over 200 million followers, a TV station has 30,000, you know what? The advertiser is going to put his money where the 200 million people are going to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we have to always keep living 5 years ahead. It's very, very hard to do. And that's why I said you must have two kinds of mentors. You're in the middle. You have a mentor who's 20 years ahead of you. They can give you that visual aspect. And then you have one who's 20 years below you. Yeah. And you understand the way they disseminate information and how they process this information and how they act. It's very, very important. And Uganda being such a young country, I think you've seen, of course, that there are social media influencers in Uganda who are not necessarily known on linear. Yeah?
Yes.
And they really have an impact.
They have an impact.
A real impact. So what am I trying to say at the end of the day? You must be able to juggle the best of both worlds.
True. Well, thank you so much for
Thanks,
coming on
Crystal.
this show.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a fantastic conversation. And your insights, something that a lot of people need to know. A lot of people need to know. Pleasure having you.
Nice having thank you, Chris. It's been a pleasure.
Nice having you. You see, this is what happens when someone's used to doing the interview.
That's true. Yeah. No. But it's been a fantastic. It's been a pleasure.
And it's nice seeing you after quite a while. Now we know where you are and what you're up to.
Yeah. No. I support Smart 24 Television 100%. I think it's a future. I think business is the future. I think economies in Africa should be propelled not by politics, but propelled by business.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Blessings.